think, but I always say, where there are challenges, there's always ways out. I mean, we've had to live through so many years of going through a third party, and of course you are not in control of your infrastructure as such, but you have to sign service level agreements with customers, because we are a corporate ISP. That's who we are. Over the next couple of months we're going to change from that, because there's bandwidth available. So what we always did was, for internet, we limited our clients, or our internet clients, because it's like a traffic. You know, the more customers, the more cars on the road, the more traffic jam you have. So we always said we niche market is the banks, is the corporates. 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, they're off. You know, then we can do what we want to do at the home level. So bandwidth constraints has been one of those, and of course, now in our market, it's a very small market. So unless you develop a niche market, that's why some other ISPs have folded, because who are the customers? The home customers are kind of really the corporate customers. It's an extension of the guys in the office. So until and unless you think out of the box, yes, I do internet, but most of my revenue doesn't really come from internet, because you heard me today, it's the VPN services that you do, it's the value-added data centers you're building, things of that sort. So, I mean, the challenges have been economic also, in the sense that, you know, there is no venture capital in our part of the world. You know, it's a small country. Equity is not prevalent. When I started 12 years ago, interest rates were like 30-something%. It's now down to, if you're lucky, being around, maybe you get 19, 20. So you can imagine funding, building a network at an interest rate of 30-something% with no customers, because you don't have a grace period like your Western counterparts do. Because anybody building a network, you give it a grace period when you're giving that loan facility, to give you time for 6 months to get the customers on board, repay. We have had to use overdrafts to pay those loans. So we've come a long way, and I think those are, you know, some of the challenges. Energy, always, if you look at the back, even though Gambia is better off than most African countries, if you go to Nigeria, I mean, your hotel is powered 24/7 by a generator. You can see we have 3 generators at the back. You know, so the cost of energy. You know, I would also talk about human resource constraints at times. This is new technology. If the Americans are doing the, you know, are getting the outsourcing, exactly, or are getting Indians and guys like that come and work at Silicon Valley, you can imagine the Africans. So what I've done very successfully is I've looked inwards. You know, you've seen the guys from Access Kenya, Robert, and I've also got a lot of Gambians coming back from the diaspora. They want to come home. I was a returnee 12 years ago. When we left, as you saw in the video, there was no university in this country. So I've managed to get most of my staff, Gambians who had lived abroad, and I've come back. I've also tapped into the University of the Gambia. I've got like 4 or 5 degree holders here who came from the current university. So the human resource capacity issue is still a challenge, but to me, that's the biggest challenge, because we've tried to grow this business from, we've never been a sole proprietorship. I started the business. I have a functioning board of directors. I have shareholders, even though I'm the majority shareholder. But we've wanted this business not to be your typical African business that after 5 years it falls. So we've constantly been saying human resource capacity is our survival. As we grow, people move into new roles. We need to make sure that we have people who replace them. And I think that is an African challenge. I think today in my presentation, I talked a lot about education and training, because that's our biggest challenge. All these things are very fanciful, but who's going to maintain it? Who's going to do the work?
Yes, and how do you look at